Hi everybody. It's 1:30 or 1:45 on a Monday afternoon. It's raining and cool here in Central California. So excited because around here it only rains maybe 3 times a year and never during the day. It's always at night. Right now it's pouring down rain. I love it. I love it. So I was sharing with Johnny via text some of the things I've been doing, and she goes, you should do a video about it. And I thought, well, okay. So here I am. I'm going to show what I've been doing the past few days, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. Now, Johnny and I was on her Ephemera Friday. We were doing a book cover. She did okay. I seem to have trouble. But anyway, I finished my cover. So I'm caught up with her, and I just thought I'd share it. So it turned out really cute. This, I wanted to share how, because Johnny talked about me doing jewelry. And this guy right here, I used him for the focal point of the cover. And what it is, it's a folded metal. It's called folding metal. And these are little flowers that I folded into, flowery shape. And so they're on here, and has a banner that says Aroma Dolce, which means sweet smelling fragrance. And so it's copper, brass, sterling. So that's pretty, right? I love it. It's all aged. You do that on purpose to get that green color in the copper. So I'm happy with that. Also, I'm giving away for Laura at Jersey Crafter. I'm giving away one of the giveaways she's giving away. I said I would participate. Is one of these sterling silver charms or neck. I wear it for a necklace, but you could do whatever you want with it. Like today, I'm wearing this. This one I've been wearing for a while, this whole month. So it needs to be polished up. But a little 4-leaf clover. Also, and so I think everybody's seen these they're wax seal, but they're made out of a metal, sterling silver. I use a metal that's 96% silver, whereas sterling is 92.5% silver. So it's a little bit better silver, and it doesn't tarnish quite as bad. And so, this is just some of the examples I've done. So whoever wins, I'll do whatever they would like to do for one of these charms. So they're kind of really cool. I love them. And like I said, some of these, no one's worn these. But I made it on purpose to have this really matted look. But of course, they can be polished up to be super shiny if you want. I really like the tree. I just got that one recently. I think it's so pretty. Anyway, so I wanted to share what that was. And then I want to share a few of the things I've been doing. First of all, Wendy at Wendy's Journal Adventure recently had a class. It might have been the last day or two. And it's called let's get the name, Easy Folding Stamp Folio. What it is so you can have stamps handy if you're crafting. Because like for me, I have a whole bag of stamps. I don't have them here. I was going to get up and show you. But I have a whole bag of stamps. It's just a disaster to find anything. So when I saw this, I thought, oh, I'm going to do that. So I did that today. So it's not that time consuming. It's kind of fun. And so what I did was I used for the cover Johnny's Digi and Her kit that was from the first one of these journals. We still don't have a name for them yet, but this journal here. And look how cute it looks, right? So her class, it opens like this. And then you can put all your stamps in here, all kinds of stamps, which is so nice if you're going to be, crafting and you can't get to your stamps or you can't find them or they're stuck together. Super nice way to have a few handy like this. And if you use them all and you get more, you just put them in. And the vellum holds up really good. Super great class. So this is a great class to take. Also, I've been doing this group of classes called Texture This, and it's called a hop, where you go to one video, watch it, then you click on the next video, and so on. And they're doing a bunch of videos, and the topic is texture. So I started with Took's Craft Table, and I did this guy here, and it is called, let's get the name of it, a file folder. And she made it out of a book page and a window envelope. So this is my, let's move the stamps. and get too confused here. Oh, now I didn't close it right after all that. Okay, I'll put all this, sorry for the reach. Okay, so this is this one. So, you know, a junk mail window envelope, and then you just collage around it. So, and then you put a stamp in here. So there's I used a page of, instead of a book page, I used a big window music sheet. So then in the inside, there's another place here. Look, Johnny, I have your tape. There. So since it's texture, there's a lot, like here's a metal element with a really pretty old glass bead from the, I think it's probably the 40s. It's called carnival glass or opal glass. It's really pretty. I learned, this is a technique I learned from Johnny, just looking at some of the things that I've gotten from her. It's a cute little tab grouping. Not really, you can write on the back, I suppose, if you really want to. Another tag here. And then, so this is a part of a net lace, so that gives the texture, an interesting texture, I think. Okay, then this side has, this is all, on here, this right here is napkin. And so I tried to get it all perfectly lined up, and of course it did shift on me a little bit, but this is a napkin on top of something, I don't even know. This is a little cardstock, and I put coffee dyed paper on the back so you could write, but this is vellum. And it was super cool. And I forget what, I don't know if it was Artie Mays. I don't know, I can't remember what that was from. Someone really wants to know, put it in the comments and I'll figure it out. And on here, this is a piece of a really old music sheet. And so I've been wanting to save the cover, but it's falling apart because it has birds all on it. And it's this really cool black and, I want to say black and white, but it's not black and white. It's almost black and blue. There's some blue in it. This bird you can't tell, but so anyway, so I made a little tag out of him. And then I added this. It's just a little piece of, I don't want to blind the camera. Let's see if I am. So I want to see if the hard thing is with the stand, it's hard to see in it. But anyway, so like this, it's like a little postage stamp size. But what I did was I put a piece of, what's that stuff called? I want to say vellum, but it's not vellum. It's acetate. Piece of acetate on top of a cardstock piece, and I put ledger also, and I sewed around it several times, and then, but inside is a piece of baby's breath and a little teeny leaf, a dried leaf. So I thought that was super cute. So that's just sticking in there like that. So this is this class. Super cute, right? I guess if you're putting it in a journal, you probably just clip it on the side. You wouldn't really have to have this tie, but she had a tie, I think, so I made a tie. Okay, then the next one I did was called, this texture had to do with embossing powders and the embossing folders. So these two tags were embossing folders. This gal is Tuesday Moriarty, and I'll have her link. A lot of these people are giving giveaways too, so you might want to check that out. She's doing a journal about coffee, and so the tags are about coffee, and so I went ahead and did similar. Because I happen to have, she used the Flourish folder by Tim Holtz, the Sizzix machine, so I went ahead and used that. She had a different, I think hers looked a little better, but I didn't have the kind of colors that she had, so I used what I had. So she embossed it, then she went over the top with some wax, and I had a coppery wax, so I went over the top of it, and then just some lace and I forget what she did here, but I used some old fabric because I thought it looked cool. She had a couple coffee things. I bought a digital somewhere, and if you really want to know, let me know in the comments and I can tell you. But so that turned out really cute, I think, and I sewed around it, and just tags. These other tags, was focusing on the embossing powder. She had, like, again, different colors, so I had to improvise. I only had silver. She had a really pretty, I think I have it coming. But but this stencil is a Tim Holtz stencil, and it's coffee. Like, here's the coffee rings. You see that it's the same stencil here and here. And so this one I just stenciled with Distress ink, the Distress, probably I think I'm really into gathered twigs right now. That's the one I've been using, but that. And so this one I did with embossing powder though. So that was the same stencil, but different things. Over here I embossed the word laugh instead of embossing this. And then I had a little coffee cutout. And this one's just normal. I just cut it out of dark cardstock. It has a little tag, live in the moment. And then this one, same thing, but I distressed it with, I think it's a reddish distress ink, and I put a couple little sticky flat back crystal stickies. So the idea is texture. So I think it turned out cute. This one I put the wax around the edge of it. It turned out cute. So those are those two. The third one I did, I had to redo this movie again because I didn't have this in frame, which dumb me, right? The third one I did, first of all, this journal I had Johnny make for me. And, you know, I make journals. I probably could make this. In fact, I made a journal similar to this for someone else who asked me with this same digital. I don't know if it's in her kit or not, or in her store, but this digital. But the problem is that a lot of times I like to buy other people's journals. I like to see what they do. I like the feel of them. And I could make similar thing, but I don't think I'd like it as well. I don't know if anyone else is like that. But so Johnny made this journal. And so in here, I keep little things like examples of ephemera, and I keep things that are kind of special and important. So I'll go through here, find, I have it in here, right here. So I'll make sure I'm in frame this time. I am. Okay, so this one is called, this is the other, I did 3 so far in the Hops series. And this is one, and it's called, let's see if I can find it. It's a book page pocket, and it's by, I think it's Ephemera's Treasures, something like that. So it's going to be linked. So in here, I'll show you this was the class or the tutorial. And so then I just did, you know, it's a pocket like this. You fold, and she has another link on her channel that showed how to do the pocket. She mostly was embellishing the pocket. So there's one here like this. There's one here like this. There's one here like this. And then if you let this go, if you only glue it not all the way down on the side, you can have a big one there. So, and then look what I did here. I made another one of those like I did on the other tag, but instead I put these little, I took apart a piece of tatting and I took out these little teeny flowers and put them in there like they're a little floral thing. I don't know, I really like it. Anyway, so in here, I wanted to remember, because I bought a bag. Johnny sold a bunch of bags from Donna at Believe Cottage Craft on Etsy. I'll link her shop below. And she makes the most beautiful bags. And I got one. She did auction style, and I won one. And I got it while I was online on that Friday ephemera one, which we were doing the book cover, like I was talking about. And so I showed it, and I decided I wanted to keep the information that she sent. So I did this as part of that the class on texture. So I put in here the little things I got from her. Now this is her little tag. Isn't it so gorgeous? And she puts it on a pretty heavy cardstock, and it's just amazing. You could use this. I think I've seen Johnny or somebody use them as, you know, pockets. But I wanted to keep this because she tells me on the back what is going on with the bag, what it's made of, how big it is, stuff like that. I wanted to keep that. And she sends a coin with the bag purchase. So I popped a hole in the coin because it's not a thick coin. To me, it looks like it could be similar to our dimes, but I don't know. And so I put a hole in it and tied it up here, and it's in my little page here. I printed out a picture of the bag. Oh, you guys, it's the most beautiful bag. If you have a chance to go and get any of her things, it's gorgeous. So that's in here too, like this. I made a little, I want to call it a tag, but it's just a little journal card. I'm not going to write on it because it's just a picture. And then she sends this tea, and I just had a cup this morning, and it's just great. I love this. I save every one of these. Okay, let's go back. I had ordered a big purchase from her shop about a year or so ago, and so she sent a box of the tea. So I have a box of the tea, and I keep all of these little sleeves that the tea comes in because I think they're gorgeous. The colors, the art, It's like that celestial seasoning art. I just love the art. So I've made pockets out of these before. I just think they're gorgeous. So I kept that. It's in here because she sent it along. And then last but not least is her card, and where she made it and stuff. And then she says a little bit about, she put it in a bag from Sydney Royal. It says East Show, 1986, but it's a really cool bag. I don't have it right here at my fingertips, but the bag was in the bag. And so she talks about that on there. So that's super cute. So this is like a little spread in my book that I have that, I can remember where the bag came from, who made it, etc. Also, I wanted to share something that I think Laura at Jersey Crafter would really like. I think if you would do these along with your dangles, I think us journalers would just snatch them up. I learned this from, her name is Treasure Books. She has got an easy name to remember. And about these little dangles, little crystals or whatever you want, you can put on the end of a clip like this. They're not going to come off because the edges are curled. And so they're not going to fall off. So you can, clip them wherever in your journal. For example, like in this case, we could put it up here. I don't think that's where I had it, but, as you can see, it'll just dangle here. Let's see if I can see if we're in frame. Yes, so it can dangle there or dangle off the sides. I have several here. Let's fix it. So they can dangle super cute like this. This one's cute because it's an old vintage button. And so I just stuck that on there like that. So Jersey, Laura, I think you should make these because I know you're making dangles that we're all selling, but you should make some of these and we would love to buy those. And at least I think I would. So as you can see, I made them for myself. So I would be happy to buy those. Okay, so we did that. Let's move this along. I also want to share a product. This is, it's called Folk Art. It's from Folk Art. It's a wax, home decor wax. And I learned this from Took's Craft Table, Took there. And it's by Plaid. I'll have it linked. And she uses it on, like, let's say she's going to have a plate or something on the front of her book or a soft cover book. That's paper. She goes over the paper and oh man, can I tell you, it has the greatest feel. It's really soft and wonderful. And plus it could be used on wood or what have you. I've used it. I have some raw wood on a counter my husband brought home, like an island in the middle of our kitchen. And we put that on there and it just protects it perfectly and it's just great. So I've never seen anybody else talk about this and I want to talk about that. You can find it on, I'll put the name of it down below, but you can find it on Amazon. And then I want to share a couple books. So I have these two books that I'm in love with for journaling. This one's called In and Out of the Garden. It's by Sara, Midda, M-I-D-D-A. I always add, because I'm extremely dyslexic, I always add letters that aren't there. So I would call this Midda, but I don't know if that's correct. So anyway, this is the dust jacket, but I wanted to show you how beautiful the book is. So if you took the pages out and you want to use the book for a junk journal, look at that. It's just gorgeous. This is fabric and it just feels wonderful. So look at that. If you could save these end pages, that'd be great. Look, it's the Ex Libris right there. That's beautiful. So inside are the pages and I love them for journaling. They're a little glossy and I know some people don't like that in journals, but I love this. What I like about it is most of it has a huge margin on the side. For example, like this. Look at this. Looks like junk journal itself, right? All the pages are gorgeous. And like this, you have this huge, so if you put this in your journal, you would have so much places to write along with the amazing artwork that's there. So I love this book. I found it on, someone talked about it on their channel. I don't remember who. I'm really sorry if it was somebody that's watching. Look at this, bees. Look at the little bee up there. I love that. Bees. Look how cute this would be in a bee journal. Look, little bees going off the page. I got it off of eBay. I've bought twice now on eBay. I bought this one so I could share it with you because I tore the other one apart. And so I wanted to share the whole book so you could see what it was. this is a great book. So I would say buy it. It wasn't that expensive. You know, it was barely $10, I think, by the time, even with the shipping, whatever I found it. So obviously each seller will be different, but it's a great book. This one too, I bought this on no, this one's mine that I have here that I don't tear up, because this was a gift in 1986 from a dear friend. But what this is this man lived in India. I'm so afraid. All the pages look aged because I probably, however they photographed it and did it, it looked like that. So this is all super aged looking paper. However, it's not old. It's not out of, this was copyright 1982, so it's not, you can't, you know, you can suppose you could tear it up and use it, but you can't copy anything. But this guy lived in India most of his whole life, it says, and for his whole life, it took him his whole life, and then when he finally died, I think he died a couple days or just a couple years or not long after he finished the book. So he wrote this book for his wife, and what it is he illustrated the book of Psalms for his wife, the Psalms of David. And I'm hoping there's not too much glare. So, and the pages are just gorgeous. They're all handwritten, the Psalms of David. And then he has illustrations. So like this is a 23rd Psalm, the Lord is my shepherd. And look, he's got a shepherd there with the sheep on his back. Super cute, right? Beautiful. And so this is my own personal book, but there's a, you know, you can get these for not very much. I don't think it was that popular of a book. But the artwork is just gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. So I want to share that because I think this is a really beautiful book. Doesn't cost that much if you're going to use it in your journal. Like I said, you can probably pick them up. You know how you can pick up Edith Holden, not very expensive. Same thing with this book. You can find it for not very expensive. Look at that butterfly. All hand drawn, obviously. It's, you know, obviously reprinted, but look at the deer. Just gorgeous. So I want to share this book too because it's the Psalms of David and the author is James S. Freemamtle. I will have that also at in the description so that you can find the book. It's out of, I don't know if it's still being printed. Every book I've ever seen looks just like this with this cover and stuff. I haven't seen a different cover, so it might not even be in print anymore, but you can find these around and it's super gorgeous. Anyway, so I wanted to share those things. These are some of the things I enjoy that I've found and picked up over the time. And if I come up with something, if I come up with a tutorial of something that I came up with myself, I'll be happy to share it. But I thought you guys would benefit from this. So have a great day. I'm going to go enjoy the rest of the rain and see you till next time. Bye.